Hey, this is Dave from MetalEpidemic.com. Thank you for checking out our YouTube video. Please feel free to hit the subscribe button below if you like this type of content, and we hope you enjoy the review. What is up, guys? Dave here from Metal Epidemic. Hope everyone is safe and well. Thank you for checking out a review. For this review, Duncan Kyle and myself have been checking out the new EP from Croatian three-piece metal band E.N.D. The band's new EP, A Grave Deceit, will be released on November 27th via Greenger Records.
Nailed it.
E.N.D, also known as Evil Never Dies, is... Oh, yep, it's all making sense. It's one of the oldest active metal bands from Croatia. Formed in 1996 in the city of Zadar. Originally, they started out as a hardcore band, heavily influenced by bands like Sick of It All and Hatebreed. The trio nowadays incorporates complex grooves, down-tuned chugs and pumping riffs, wrapped in their signature mix of thrash, death metal and hardcore punk. So, what can you expect from this Croatian trio? Well, riffs is what you can expect. This is 5 tracks long, clocks in at about 14 minutes, and oh yeah, fucker. I absolutely
yes,
love this.
Dave. We are finally yes. I said before we were recording there was one release that I fucking loved, and it came right at the end, Dave. Right at the end. This is the final recording. Right at the end.
Yep. I wasn't sure what to expect. I never heard of the band before, but the press release it sounded interesting. Croatia isn't normally a country that I would associate as having a bustling metal scene.
No, it only got founded in 1991, so because
but Scotland doesn't either. So I thought, let's see what they have to offer, and if this is what they have to offer, Duncan, I am moving to Croatia to see what else is going over there. Clearly, on their first day of nursery, their kids just get handed a guitar and Meshuggah's back catalogue and fucking told to get on with it. This has Meshuggah written all over it, but I am all good with that. They are one of my favourite bands, so no issues from me on that point. When I say Meshuggah, it's early Meshuggah. We're talking like 90s Meshuggah, like Contradictions, Collapse, Destroy, Reason, Prove, a little bit of Chaosphere, like that kind of
all
era.
the stuff I like, Dave. Not this. All the stuff that Duncan's like tick, 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 tick.
Yeah, back when Meshuggah had less strings on their guitars.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure these guys use 7 strings, I think, but definitely sounds like less clinical than something like Nothing or Catch 33. This is sound-wise sits in a similar vein to like Destroy, Reason, Prove. Even in the production, it reminded me of that kind of era. Again, it's very punchy and groovy, but it feels quite organic at the same time. And it's really varied. You know, like again, back when Meshuggah were doing their Destroy, Reason, Prove stuff, they had all the kind of the grooves and the polyrhythms and stuff, but they also threw in like a bit of thrash, you know, and more kind of upbeat stuff. And this has got that. It's really varied. I loved that. I loved the fact that they were just kind of throwing in all these different kind of styles and stuff, different time signatures, but they've got the moments where they switch up the tempo and the pace. I thought it kind of balanced out the EP, and it stops becoming like too much of the same, too repetitive. I'm so happy someone else liked this, because I thought I'm going to be the only one that likes this EP, surely. But Duncan, glad to hear you like this one as well.
I mean, for the very reasons that you like, the sound that you've likened it to, I was always going to enjoy this one. The guitar tone is maybe my favourite guitar tone I've heard on a release in months. Like this guitar is like it just gets me just fucking right. I'll be honest with you, like, it took me, I've listened to this about 6 times, right? It took me a bit, one, it's aided because it's short, but two, specifically because the first song, I think, is, until about the third listen, was like very off-putting. The time signature comes in at a very kind of disjointed, staccato-y sort of, you know, like just a jarriness that didn't settle with me, whereas the rest of the release doesn't really have that. So, and it's not polyrhythms or anything like that. It just is. It's specifically the drum is doing one thing and the guitar is doing something kind of different, but catching on those things, not in a pattern like a polyrhythm. That I kind of felt. I almost actually felt like someone had been digitally moving the tracks and then moved the guitar just over a little bit by accident and forgot to bring it back over until like the chorus, and they were like, "Oh, we fixed it, right." I really fucking liked this. The kind of the standout things for me, one, like I say, the guitar sound is great. The riffs varied, fucking brilliant, just really, really, really well written. I want to say back to basics, but that's maybe doing a bit of a disservice to what he does. But this is a riff band if ever there was a band. This is led by the riff, lives by the riff, dies by the riff, and that's what I want. The rest of the band are following in close proximity. The drumming's really interesting on this one, nice and varied. The bass was nice in the mix as well. Enjoyed that. Vocally, even vocally, I thought the vocals sat perfectly on it. Interestingly enough, this to me, I get what you're saying about the age of the band. Like you said, 96, so that's what, fucking, my math's terrible, 24 years as a band, that, you know, they don't feel long in the tooth. You know, and there's a certain lip that bands get to be like, oh no. But I don't know enough about them to say, oh well, this is just a typical End release. You know what I mean? I don't know enough to be comfortable to say about that, but yeah, like Host to Hostile, that kicks in, and I am fucking high on life. I'm absolutely loving it. It has this kind of nasty, snarly, almost kind of hardcore element about it, which I really enjoyed vocally. It just has that kind of just abrasive kind of, not that, you know, we are all friends, we're all family, fuck everyone else who's a disbeliever, you know, all this sort of shit that kind of now follows that hardcore thing, but just had like a hardcore aesthetic that really suited over the top of it. And then the rest of the music is toying with different elements and bringing them in and varied. And then, like I say, that production where I can pick out everything in that guitar tone, oh my god, I mean, I was spent and eager to listen to more. I've spun it a few times, and this will be spun a few times more. I think it's fucking brilliant. Now, interestingly enough, I had them pegged as, wait for it, Swedish. So wouldn't be any further wrong, and that was mostly because it reminded me of early Meshuggah. But I do like this idea. There's that. I don't know how prevalent it is now with the internet. Probably not as much, but I do like that idea of, like, there used to be a time period where, like, you would start to be introduced to a different part of the world's music. Like, they would say, oh, you know, Israel has a metal band now, and then you would listen to them, and Israel metal sounded like metal sounded 20 years ago, because in their CD shops they had these little cassettes of music which were just landing there, which were 20 years old, and that's what they sound. That, to me, is kind of how End sound. End sound like they've started, you know, listening to music, and the music they started listening to, it's interesting you're saying they're founded in 96, almost feels like 96, because 96 is Chaosphere, is it not? 96, 97?
Oh,
is it? Or is it later than that?
I think it's
Is it 99?
I would have said later, but
well, even the Meshuggah albums you're mentioning are of that era. You know, the 94 through 96 and all the rest. It's almost as like they had those albums and then never heard anything after that. And I am fucking cool with that. As a weird bubble, as a weird time capsule for music, End are brilliant. I'd like really, really, really surprised with this one. We'll listen to it more. Give Me More. And Croatia is on the map. It was always on the map since 1991, like I said before, when it was founded. Which I googled as soon as you said 96. Oldest band since 96. I was like, maybe that's because the country was founded in 91. But yeah, I would go back and listen to this again and again and again. I really enjoyed this. And this is a prime example of here's a little 5-track EP, and it finished, and I was like that. More please. Like, instead of the other way around, we've done some EPs recently where I'm like that. Yeah, that's the perfect length for this release. I think they've squeezed everything they can out of it. Give me not one more song. And at the end of this one, I was like that. Give me 5 more songs. Yeah, I'd happily listen to 5 more of this. So yeah, I really liked this.
Yeah, this is the reason that I do this. Like, this is why I've started this website. We do reviews, because finding bands like this, I would never have known about this band. If it hadn't been for Metal Epidemic and stuff coming in from PR companies and labels and stuff, and I love finding a little gem like this, just like from Croatia of all places. And I've listened the shit out of this, like more than any other release that we've reviewed this week. I've listened to this the most. It's so good.
The law of averages, Dave, dictate that there might be someone that didn't enjoy it as much as us.
Well, we're 2 for 2 at the moment. Have we got a third? Kyle, what did you make of this?
There's always going to be the one, isn't there? There's always going to be the release where you fundamentally disagree with your friends, isn't there? And I've got to tell you, this is not it.
I was about to say that's been every review tonight. Every review we've done tonight, we've been all over the place. I was kind of hoping we would find joint consensus. So you enjoyed it as well?
Yeah. I loved it. I listened to it about 7,000 times. I'm going to listen to it 7,000 times more, and I'm going to buy the album on CD when it comes out. And the date I've definitely remembered and definitely not just forgotten. No, like you said, the production fits it amazingly well. The riffs are just, oh my god, the riffs. Oh my god, the riffs. It's just the first one, like you said, it sounds like it's shifted, and it hasn't. And this is my wheel bag. I love weird not out of time, what's it called? Weird time signature riffs. I love dirty production, and I love, it just all fits together so well. And then you get to the end, and you're like, no, it can't be the end. And it was like, the band's called The End. And you're like, no, I mean the end of the EP. It's not the end of the EP. Like, spin it again. Spin it backwards. I don't care. I want more. Give me more. Give me more. There's nothing more I could say you guys haven't. It's really good from front to back and back to front and upside down. I can't believe this came out and we haven't heard of them before. And since they're so old, like, you think, but I mean, like you say, the Croatian metal scene, I've never heard anything else out of Croatia. But I lived in Bulgaria for quite a while, and like, I've got to say, the metal scenes in those kinds of countries are pretty underground. They are very active. There's, when I left the country, I think 6 bands went under because I had to go, But I mean, it's like, I was in a lot of bands. So for something like this to come out of there, you'd think it was from Sweden, like you say, but I can't wait. There must be more from there. There's got to be like a whole treasure trove of stuff that hasn't been discovered because things just don't rise like this has. But I mean, this is really, really good, and I can't wait to hear more. And I'm going to go through their back catalogue and hope it is as good as this. And put this, if it's not, I don't care. I'm going to put this on many more times.
I've just got this image now of Kyle, the town bassist in Bulgaria, just like when a new band starts, and just phone Kyle.
I did everything. Yeah, pretty much.
Send them a letter.
Or some. I was paid a grotesque amount of money to play a country festival. I just learned a bunch of country songs and played with a few bands. Like, I was the house bassist, and it was just like, okay, fine. Like, I'm a metal bassist, right? And so there I am, stood with my 5-string black shiny metal bass. Wearing a black t-shirt and shades because it's really sunny, and I had long hair at the time, so you can tell that, the look I'm going for. I was like that death black metal dude, with the bass. And it's like, and all these country people with acoustic guitars and Telecasters and big freaking 10-gallon cowboy hats, and singing about how they lost their cow and their mum or something. I have no idea. And it was and I'm stood there on the stage like, I fucking hate country. But I was the only bassist available that could play it, so there you go.
There you go.
Story time with Kyle.
Yeah, actually, there was a point in the EP where I kind of thought I knew what was coming for the remaining tracks of the EP, but I thought there were a little couple of small curveballs towards the end. Unvigorous, I think it was track 4. We hear the vocalist Alan. He does a bit more almost tonal kind of melody. There's a bit more melody in that track, which I thought was really cool. It added another kind of element to the mix that I wasn't expecting. And in the last track, Spontaneous Human Consumption, it had the opening riff had a very kind of almost like a new metal kind of bounce to it, it was hard not to be totally hooked in by it. The riff doesn't stick around for long, but they keep that kind of rhythm and pace for most of the track and just kind of alternate the riff ever so slightly. It had a little bit of a kind of After the Burial feel to it at points, which is never a bad thing. Rating wise, where are we sitting on this EP from E.N.D, or Evil Never Dies? Duncan?
Yes, this is a 4.5 from me. It's damn near a 5, if I'm honest. This is one that there's listening to the amount of times I have in the short window that I have, there's very little in here that I would change, at all. I think they're a band that 26 years into their career, they're a band that find their sound, and it just happens to be a sound that I really like. I think to be this long in the tooth, so to speak, but still be able to write riffs that are just every riff just sounded great and memorable. And yeah, I mean, like I say, it's so close. My only complaint is that, in stark contrast to what I usually say, is I could have been doing with more. I think it's almost criminally short. But yeah, it's 4.5. I think this is absolutely brilliant. So yeah, they have a fan in me now.
Nice. Kyle, what are you thinking?
Well, my favourite track is track 1 to 5. So I'm giving it a 5. 5 out of 5 from me. I had no complaints. It was too short, but I mean, I can't remove points because you can always play it twice.
Nice. It's a 4.5 out of 5 for me. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Ticks all the boxes for me. And as you've said, I just want more of it. I just need an album or two from this band. Yeah. This one drops on the 27th of November. It's called A Grave Deceit. You can check the band out online at facebook.com/E.N.D band. I'll put a little link in the description below. And let us know what you think. We all really enjoyed this one, so it's a high recommendation from us. Have a listen. Tell us what you think. Stick a comment in below. Happy to hear your thoughts. And thanks for checking out the review. We'll be back with another review very soon. But until then, take care. We'll speak to you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.